Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, epidemiologist, biostatistician, faculty member, and in this segment I'm going to be going over how to download how to download a data set from the IPUMS database, and more specifically to keep in mind when you're conducting complex samples. I'm not going to show you how to actually run the analysis. I'm just going to show you the variables that you need in order to be able to conduct the analysis. And most of the variables are already given, but I want you to actually see all of the different variables. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. The first thing first, you want to make sure that you're logged in, you're online, you're actually logged into the database. And there's actually an account you can create, and once you create that account, make sure you remember your password. And then you enter this. And the first page that you see once you enter is NHIS maps, and you're obviously going to do NHIS, National Health Interview Survey. So let's create an extract here, get data. I'm just going to have one variable in here. I don't want to make things more complicated because we're going to have certain values already, certain variables that are already in here. So when we're looking at like for instance phone classification, let's select a different example so that you can kind of see. So region of residence, let's just select that. Alright, so region of residence, and then we can go to view cart, and this says one variable. Now the point I'm trying to make here is that you actually don't have one variable. You actually have multiple combinations of variables. So why do you have, and this was something I was confused about, because when you say one variable, you would expect to be one variable. But this actually includes, this is something that's neat with IPUMS, is that this includes automatically the weighting averages, the weighting variables. So what you want to do is keep these clicked. So there's about 7 variables here. This is just the year, and you don't want to, this is pre-selected, and you have the option to get rid of this variable, but I recommend that you don't. Then you want to include Strata, PSU, and also for households, the household weight, and this will give you kind of the 3 variables that you need. So for one of the variables you need Strata, one of the variables PSU, and one of the variables HHWEIGHT. Now creating a CSA plan in SPSS I can kind of quickly show you, but this is something that takes probably another video to be able to actually put together. But the Strata variable, just keep in mind, I'm just going to simplify this here. The Strata variable is Strata. Let me write that down actually. Strata variable is Strata. Cluster variable is PSU, and then weight is, well, for in this situation, this is HHWEIGHT. So these are the 3 variables that you most worry about and focus on. So basically my point is that make sure when you are downloading the variables, make sure that these are also included. And then you want to go in, and then if you want to clear the cart, you clear the cart. And then what you do is add more samples, add more variables, so you're not worried about that. Here's your data extract. and you can kind of go ahead and submit this. So in order to submit, you kind of here's the number of years in order to submit. So one thing I wanted to note here, you have to have not only the variables selected, you also have to have samples selected. So the reason I couldn't create the data extract in the previous portion is that the samples were not selected. So let's take a look at the samples that were selected. Right now, just as an example, we have 2018 selected. So submit sample selections, and now that you see that, you do have the option of adding more variables from the data card, but for our intents and purposes, we're not going to do that. So here is, you can actually describe your extract. So you can say that region of residence, and you can just name that. Something I also want to bring to your attention that I actually didn't know for a while when I was using this is that you can directly submit this, and by default, I believe this is in either, I think, CSV file, but you have to change that to SPSS and then apply selections. So now you're ready. You have all these variables, you have region of residence, and then you submit extract. I have a number of data sets already highlighted, but it's processes, and then this is actually linked to your email, so you get an email when this is done. Fortunately, there's not that much variables in here, so you just download this and then start doing this and start playing with this in SPSS. Alright, so that summarizes everything. The purpose of this video was to ensure that you not only knew how to extract variables that has been covered in previous videos, but more importantly, to be able to retrieve the variables that are important for complex samples analysis. I hope this has made some sense. Thank you for listening.